All right, Black Lit STL, it's your boy Wunk. Back again. We doing a review. Kodak, the little Haitian, Kodak Black, Dying to Live. His second official studio release from Atlantic. He dropped the Heartbreak Kodak earlier this year. I think that was an unofficial mixtape joint, released on December 14th. It's been a rocky week. He actually had a rollout this time. He came out, did his rounds, did some interviews. He did one with Papa Keith and went up to Hot 97 and the Breakfast Club. And of course, everybody knows what happened with Ebro and the response.
Man, what's up with you police ass niggas? Let me tell you radio niggas something. Y'all getting out of line. Ebro, you disrespected a homie. You tried a young nigga. Kodak, my little nigga. If nobody ain't gonna step up, nigga, I'ma step up, nigga. I won't smoke, nigga. You get on the radio, you supposed to be an older nigga. You supposed to be a nigga that's supposed to lead these niggas not into temptation. You supposed to get these niggas and put them under your wing and teach them the right from wrong. But your bitch ass, you trying to be a fake ass Charlemagne. There's only one Charlemagne to God, pussy. Keep Kodak name out your mouth and stop bringing up shit you know the little homie cannot talk about on the radio, bitch ass nigga. And watch your motherfucking mouth, nigga. Don't disrespect no nigga from around my way, nigga, unless you won't smoke. Matter of fact, I won't smoke, bitch ass nigga. That go for Ebro and anybody who don't motherfucking like you, nigga. Fire.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
My feelings on that, I mean, for one, in the climate we're in right now, and no matter the climate, if you're involved in any type of or accused of any type of sexual misconduct or anything pertaining to the harm of women, yes, we should all take that serious. Yes, your foot should be held to the fire, and you should explain yourself and protest that it's not right or whatever the case may be. So if you're involved in that, that's unfortunately you have to answer for. Right, wrong, or indifferent. In Kodak's case, it is a pending case. It is open. He hasn't been found guilty of anything. So given that notion, we know how it works. Atlantic, the major label, gives a set of questions you're not supposed to ask. Or even if they didn't go over that, you just know what you're not supposed to ask. And you can tell how Ebro tiptoed around it and approached it. How he was kind of watching his steps. But to me, I feel like if he wants to take that stance, you shouldn't have had Kodak up there at all. He didn't even ask a question. He just put it out there. So it was like he was grandstanding. But either way, that's the consequences that come with it when you're unfortunately have that cloud hanging over your head. But as I said, it's pending. So in all fairness, he hasn't been found guilty of anything. And we as fans have to make that judgment. Do we want to compartmentalize and just judge people solely on the music and let other stuff not weigh in on that opinion? Or we're in a cancel culture, do we cancel certain individuals? So that's up to you as a fan if you can separate the two. Because I mean, or even if somebody's found guilty of something, are we really putting that much faith in the judicial system? You know what I mean? They can still say I'm innocent, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, that's up to you. That's my stance on that. But the album, I was actually surprised he actually did the rollout. He went up to the Breakfast Club. I wrote about the last time his first interview on the Breakfast Club when he had the ski mask and how awkward that was. He seems like he's kind of growing out that shell. I know he's more of himself on the IG or whatever, showing that more charismatic side. But he's putting himself out there. And I think it helps the album. He did Jimmy Kimmel, the live performance. But the album itself, he had previously released quite a few singles. Yeah, which was kind of weird. Remember the If I'm Lying, I'm Flying, Fire track, standout track, Take One, another one. A lot of people felt that was kind of taking subs at Tekashi, you know, with the lines about stunting for the gram and getting kidnapped just to show you that it's real. But that was, that was more of an internet rumor. But either way, it's still a hot track. He released the Calling My Spirit, Testimony. Now, when it comes to the album, it opens out with Testimony. And at first, I was a little apprehensive on that track. I mean, the auto-tune kind of threw me off. But when you actually hear it, when you ride with it, when you listen to it, and it opens up the album, it does sound a lot better, actually hearing the instrumentation. I'm still not in love with the voice, but man, it was it was an okay song. Then we go into This Forever. He kind of plays on the old phrase, I'm cut from a different cloth, saying I'm cut from a different fabric. I'll never go polyester. I wasn't feeling the chorus on that. That was kind of weak. It's not a strong track. Then he goes into, it kind of flips the script. It goes completely left field with identity theft, talking cracking cars and scamming, identity fraud, all that. It's a real Florida record. Like, you could hear anybody from Trina or Plies, City Girls. It's a real Florida record. It's a fun record. It's a good mood changer, but not overly in love with the track. And it was weird, it kind of abruptly ended. It just cut off and goes right into the next song. But it was okay. Gnarly. Nah, bro. Kodak's openly admitted that he wasn't. He did a few of his collaborations were more. Kodak's openly admitted a few of the collaborations were mainly just to go after streaming numbers. He's not really in love with the collabs. And you can tell this gnarly track, he kind of mailed it in. It wasn't a good track. Pump, he did what Pump does. I mean, I can't really critique his verse. It's just, the song was, it's just weak. It sounds like they mailed it in. We all heard ZZ. We got the teaser with the little dance in the studio. It made its rounds on social media, built up anticipation for it. When it dropped, the fanfare was kind of, I don't know, it's kind of upset. They weren't overly impressed with it. I think the anticipation was more rewarding than the actual deliverance of the track. I don't know, the Kodak, again, it's a feature track, so maybe he mailed this one in too. But his pull up in at the end, nah, we like the beat better, but the song's still okay. And I mean, it went #1, so hey, it is what it is. And Take One, we got that one early. Fire track. Another collab, Mosh Pit with Juice WRLD. I think he pretty much owns this track. Like he does most of his features. It sounds like a Juice WRLD song. He comes in with a heavy Chicago accent, talking his shit. Kodak kind of comes on at the end. He feels like a feature on his own record. So, hey, maybe they'll get them streams up. But it's just an okay song. Then we go into Transgression. It sounds like a real old Kodak right here. Some Project Baby 2 institutionalized. He got that old high-pitched voice. It may have been recorded much earlier. It sounds like it may have been kept in the tuck and they just put it on this album. It's an okay track, but it sounds a little dated. Could have left this one out. Man, and look, just going by the first few songs, you would think, I don't know, you would think you want to make an impression, have some grabbers, something that'll get your attention, something like, okay, like, you know what I mean? But I don't know, whoever, maybe it was Atlantic, whoever did the track sequencing on this, they deserve an F, because the whole second half of the album, that's where the fire is. The first half is like, yeah, I don't know what they were thinking putting these songs up front, but they did Kodak an injustice, because 1 through 7, throwaway. Once you get to the rest of the album, then you really feel you really in it. You can just let it play from there, honestly. So we go into Malcolm XXX. He has the Malcolm X sample where he's getting an interview. He's talking about the Nation of Islam and what it stands for, and denouncing that they had any involvement in violence, and talking about how white supremacy works. Ali Kodak didn't address nail one of these things when he actually starts spitting. It's still a good song. Though. I love the sample. I love the beat. When Kodak actually his lyrics is talking about like he's addressing an ex or an old friend. My favorite line he says, "You talking Jews, I'm dropping Jews. You see the difference," and that is true. A lot of people conflate him with the grouping of the mumble rappers of today, but he's really never been about that. He's always been deep and introspective and had a message. It's really spitting that street gospel, like a guy much older, not like the young crop of guys who's just talking about random shit. Kodak really has something to say, and you can tell through his music he's been through some stuff, and that shows on the track like Malcolm Triple X. Had the nice little reference to X, talking about they want us to put the guns down, buy a bike, but X got gunned down when he was trying to buy a bike, didn't have his bike. It was a real clever flip. Yeah, this is one of the standout tracks. Of course, we heard the "Calling My Spirit" already. Nice Southside banger, and that also had a dope double entendre flip where he drops earlier this year on Instagram. He's talked about how he was kind of feeling Cardi, but he can't mess with her because she's involved with someone. So what's up with Hennessy? But on this, he flips it. For Cardi, I don't want Bacardi, so I want Henny on ice. Cardi, Hennessy. So that was a cool double flip, and he does that. He has a lot of clever lines. Like I said, he's not a mumble rapper at all by any means. He's spitting some stuff, and he's real clever and witty, which he doesn't get a lot of credit for. Then we go into "In the Flesh," produced by Ben Billions. Fire. This is my favorite track on the album. Kodak gets into these pockets where he just floats on the beat, like with the First Day Out and Young Prodigy. Go back to his old mixtapes, just certain songs where it's just so effortlessly. He just comes through, just floating. This is one of those songs. Like, I had the repeat button on smash with this one. It really is standout, even with all the singles that were good. This one still may be my favorite overall. Then he goes into more deeper, introspective, kind of dark tone. Going back to the theme of the album with "Dying to Live," with "Close to the Grave" and "From the Cradle." He gets in his Tupac bag right here, which he does a lot. It's "Death Around the Corner" and "Jail's Next Door" and all that lowly hood street gospel feeling. He goes into it with the slow down. He has that harmonizing flow and that serious tone, and he goes into this makes up the bulk of the latter of the album, on "Needing Something." That's real slow down harmonizing flow, talking about soul searching and trying to find a purpose. Real deep songs. And he closes out with "Could Have Been Different." Again, this is a tempo changer. He just comes out spitting, and it's almost like the beat comes on and the beat has to catch up with him because he's just going rapid fire, talking about some real deep shit on this one. Talking about loyalty and people that switched up on him. But he sounds really grounded. And you can feel he's speaking from the heart on this one. Talking about somebody who's came up with him and probably switched up, doesn't hate him, but he still can't fuck with him. It's a deep song, and he sounds like he may have wrote it while he was locked in the can, because he's spitting it from that perspective, and it sounds like he really had time to put this one out. And he's, like I said, he's rapid fire, but the song works, and it almost could have been flipped. I wish he would have. This could have been the intro. Testimony could have been the outro. And that's kind of how intros and outros work. Like, they could flip, but I would have liked to sing this one opened it up. But I don't know. Some people may have been off-put by how he was flowing with the beat, but if you really listen to the message, shit, fuck it, man. We could have did this a cappella. But yeah, I mean, overall, I mean, just going back with like my favorite, I say Kodak project was a Lil Big Pop. But I mean, even that, unfortunately, all Kodak's projects, there's a few skippable songs always. Just some just not like, they're just okay. And like I said, early in the album, there is a couple. But I mean, I would say 70, 85% of this album is solid. Like, no skips. And I don't know. I mean, it may be his best effort. Um, he didn't have a smash runaway singles like he did last time. Like a rolling piece, just crushed the charts, and a few Lucy's that did millions on YouTube. He didn't have those joints for real, but he had real substance on this one. And I think that made for a better project overall. So if he can, if he can mix that heavy substance with the Lucy's, like There You Go and First Day Out, like he did with Yo Gotti on Weatherman, if he can throw that in, but like he did on the second half of this album, shit, he could have a classic. But not there with the skippables on this. Can't consider it a perfect album, but he damn sure did his thing. I give it a I give it a 7.8 out of 10. Definitely a solid effort. But yeah, let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. Glee.